Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to rumble.com/JJW. I am JJW, and this is my Swami Deek. I'm Swami Deek, and that's
You
also
were no, you didn't
right
fix your name. I had you a name.
now.
Hang on, let me fix your name here real quick. I was getting my tea.
I messed everything up.
Um,
Messed everything
that's
up.
all right. No, you're good. I forgot to get you. You're Guru JJ today, and I'm
I'm
Swami
Guru
D.
JJ.
Yeah, we're the all
So
knowing.
you told
We're
me to
like
make
we're like
this story about
shaman,
this.
kind of like shaman, mystical shaman with powers and stuff.
Oh.
I mean, you can wear whatever you want on your head, but
You told me to make this title card yesterday, and you just posted a tweet to a Tucker. So I had to go follow this tweet, watch this Tucker video for 7 minutes, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Okay.
the Tucker
Oh my
video
god.
was being posted everywhere. Everywhere this Tucker video was being posted.
I
And I
mean,
was
do you want
watching
to
it and
take
I
a
was just like,
7 minute break and let him do our job for 7 minutes?
no, not really, but I want to show a little bit of the video that he was showing in the video. I just I thought
Yeah, for
that
sure.
we'll get into it. I just thought that
Yeah.
what he did in a week, Liz Cheney couldn't do in 2 years. You know,
Oh,
we
for
weren't
real,
shown
dude.
certain things that he showed yesterday, and it really makes the context completely different. It
The
completely changes the story if you watch the security cameras that Tucker Carlson had to show us. Not Liz
well,
Cheney or the investigative committee, the committee that investigated this shit. Not them. Not them. Someone,
I
yeah.
remember watching. Oh no, that's bad.
Oh no, did you just spill?
Well,
JT
we have a
spilled.
we have a bad situation here. I'm gonna be back in a minute.
All right, go do your thing right now. Do it. I'll take care of it. Don't stand. Oh. Okay, so I'm trying to watch in the and see what's going on. JJ has spilled his coffee over everything. Oh no. All right. So yeah, welcome to the show this morning. We appreciate you being here. We're your two dads, JJ and I am Deacon, and we like to talk about politics. We like to talk about entertainment, comic books, werewolves. We talk about werewolves, the only show that you'll get all this and werewolves, and just whatever. We like to do dad stuff, and sometimes we'll get off on tangents, and sometimes I'll scream and slobber and look like a crazy man, and you'll be like, that man is disturbed, and you'll be correct. I am disturbed. But JJ and I are buddies, and we've been friends for a long time, and he lives halfway across the country, and I don't get to talk to him as much as I would really like to. So we started doing this, and I'm trying to find, I think it's here, right here. Oh, that's the ending. Okay, that's the video. I was trying to find JJ's new little. Oh, here it is. This was a comment 3 months ago by our very good friend 7294SMK. We love 7294SMK because they gave us our slogan. Your two dads. You guys call each other.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm changing my name to the Coffee Shaman. I think that's more appropriate.
Okay, you could change. So I was just explaining. I was doing a little intro and talking about our new slogan.
You know, the worst part of this is now I'm here for another hour and I have no coffee. It's on my.
Go get your coffee real quick. Can you go get it real quick?
I might. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some. So I'm gonna go and just say. I just want to say good morning to everybody. This is me and Deacon. We talk in the mornings. We talk about news and politics and all kinds of stuff. To my wife's coworkers, I'm sorry. I don't know why she did this to you. I swear, I told her why I go to a lot of effort to disguise my identity while I'm doing this.
I know.
So that people can't draw a line from me back to her. And she goes and announces it on like a committee with like important people on it. I don't know why she did that.
No, she did.
I don't know.
No,
oh, yeah. You didn't get this.
JJ's wife's coworkers. Please.
It's not like, oh, that's the secretary. No. She announced it to like deans and like vice presidents and like stuff on this important hiring committee. They're searching for like a vice president of the school, and she tells them, and then some of them are like, I'm gonna go check out his show, and then the
No,
next day they're like, that show's a little too vulgar for
that
me, and
show's
I'm
a little
like,
too vulgar for me.
what are you doing? You know what I'm saying over here.
I
Me
like
and
to
Deacon are
listen
just
to
trying to talk.
podcasts. I like to listen to podcasts to relax. Well, this is not your show.
Do you want to develop your own heart attack or arrhythmia or and just have way too much stress in the morning? Because that's what we do. I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead. Yeah, JJ posted that. It was so funny. It was a screenshot of a text message, and it was like, "Oh yeah, I listened to your husband's show, and it's a little too vulgar and exciting, but they sound like they have a good time when they record it." It was like the guy was trying to be as sweet as possible without basically saying, "I'm not watching that shit." Oh, it was great. So yeah, this is not a show if you're wanting to relax. If you're wanting to relax and listen to something else, I highly recommend some things that I listen to. I listen to the Liao Che. I can't say his last name now, but it is Taoism, and you can listen to now I can't think of the name of the book. I'm having one of those days, JJ, where it's been for like 2 or 3 days now. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep for a week, so I'm noticing that. And I didn't used to do this when I was younger, but it seems like after I passed that 40-year-old mark, my brain will not grab words that are floating right here. They're right here. I can
Yeah,
see the word. I mean, I was just listening to this audiobook yesterday, and I can't tell you the name of the freaking audiobook off the top of my head because I
look at
cannot.
this. That's pretty good, Jeremy. Pretty good. I'm gonna say that's an 8 out of 10 probably right there. That's funny, and I like that we got a little medal. I like that. Best podcast.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, I
you
have the
don't
same
need
problem.
to
Like,
relax. You don't need to relax if you're going to listen to this show. You need to listen to something else to relax. That's what I was talking about. If you're listening to this show to relax, I recommend the Taoism. I've been listening to Taoism audiobooks over again. I've read them before, but I'm trying to listen to them again and like really soak them up while I'm listening to try to change my brain again. But it's hard. So what's up, dude?
okay, well, we have a bunch of news to talk about. You wanted to talk about this Q Shaman thing. I wanted to talk about the racist white Antifa people that are attacking Black Atlanta.
Let's
So we'll
talk
talk
about all
about
of
that. uh, and I think we got
Piss
some other
everybody
things.
off today.
Let's get a before we get started on QAnon Shaman and his mystical powers and all the amazing things that I didn't even know he could do. It's amazing. Before we get into that, I do want to give a little Nina Jankowicz update. Deke, I know you're very concerned about her. I don't know if you found your pin board yet and your
I've got
stuff.
it updated over here.
Okay.
My Nina
Maybe
Jankowicz
that's
pinboard.
her. I think I see her in the corner there. So
Yeah.
Nina, yeah, if you watch yesterday's show, you will know that former Mary Poppins based disinformation czar and aspiring musical, I guess, failure of an actress, Nina Jankowicz, who once wanted to tell us all the things that are true and tell us the things that are not true. Who also works for an international organization. She's a registered foreign agent. She was yesterday or this weekend out begging for money so that she could sue Fox News. But as of today, she is now being subpoenaed by the House Oversight Committee. So she is going to have to, I don't know, I would say trot. She might use an umbrella and float into the House Oversight Committee, and she will have to testify and give an answer for her role in the federal government trying to tell Americans, what they're allowed to say and what they're not allowed to say. It's not exactly like they're controlling your speech. They're just telling you the things that you can't say at all. And so we're gonna probably see. Yeah, we'll probably see. Maybe if the Nina Jankowicz hearing is streamed from C-SPAN. Maybe I'll do a live stream of that because whenever we did that for the House Speaker vote, oh boy, that was We got tons of votes on that, tons of views on that. So yeah, so good luck, Miss Jinkowitz. Spoonful of sugar makes your medicine go down. Okay, that's all I had to say about Nina. Oh, poor Nina. She's a
I don't care about her.
crazy person. You don't get
She's
what? What?
I said it. I said it. I'll be the first one to say it. I don't care about her, JJ. You know what I care about? I care about mystical shaman.
Okay, let's talk about Jake. What is his name? Jake something? I didn't get his name.
I really don't care about him. He's not like some freaking Guy Fawkes figure to me, all right? Like he is to everybody else. He's not. He's some schmo. It's what happened to this schmo that makes all the difference, you know? So I mean, I don't know his name. I just know
I'm gonna pull this video up here. We got I'm not gonna do the audio. I'm not going to do the audio, but I'm going to do the video.
I don't think you should do the audio. What we want to point out is for people watching. All right.
Look at this violence right here.
Don't start it yet. Don't start it yet. Pause it.
Okay. All right.
What I want to point out to our friends and our liberal friends and everybody, whatnot, is that we were sold. How many times were we told that these people were rioters, that they broke in?
Insurrection.
All right. I want you to watch. And then Liz Cheney and her stooges had 2 years to show you this. And they did not show you this. They kept this video from you.
They tried to make a primetime special out of this without showing you any of the video.
Yes, they wanted you to buy it. All right. Yes. So watch this. Just watch. We don't even have to play the audio. You just need to watch what freaking, and you tell me if this looks just like the riots that happened after all the George Floyd bullshit.
We have to. We got to address a couple things here.
All right.
Jeremy says QAnon Shaman had to be a deep state plant. Just no.
Oh, Mr. E, you've lost my fucking respect with that fucking comment. No, I'm serious.
And then
that's some fucking bullshit. Hold on.
Mr. E says he hopes to trade a Ross in prison. Now, hold on.
What the fuck is he a traitor for? Watch the goddamn video and tell me that he's fucking a traitor.
I bet you that Mr. E mostly
hasn't seen this fucking video.
These videos on like whatever they showed on mainstream news or whatever. This dude.
Watch this.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna roll the clip here. I'm gonna.
This is not some deep fake AI bullshit.
Look at these.
Look at this fucking Capitol cameras.
Look at this very organized selfie doing.
It looks like a goddamn riot right to me. Look at all them crazy rioters taking pictures.
That's you know what that is.
Nuts. I haven't seen anything that crazy since the fucking George Floyd shit, or over here in fucking Missouri with the hands up bullshit.
Somebody get 911 ready. Just prep the call.
Yeah, because I'm going to have a heart attack.
Okay. So these people are taking. They're taking. This guy's taking photos of the security scanner. You know, in a heist movie, that would be like, you know, scoping out the scene of the crime before you commit the crime. Here you see people going into the Capitol building. You know, very violently. Here's a guy.
This is not the part. This is not the part that I'm very. This is not anywhere near the part that I'm. That I want to show Mr. E and everybody else.
I know. Well, we're gonna get to it. Let me just say this. On January 6th, you guys know that I follow all this stuff. Like I'm very into it. I wasn't watching Fox News or CNN or none of that. I was watching live feeds from the Capitol during the event. I was watching the Trump speech. I was watching live feeds out of here. I was watching people like Samantha, I think her name is Samantha Guthrie or whatever her name is. So I was watching live feeds on the day of January 6th. I remember what I remember seeing. And yes, there was things like this, which is the political speeches earlier in the morning. And then later there was like the people kind of at the Capitol building. And yes, I did remember seeing some videos of people breaking into the Capitol. And I watched as Ashley Babbitt was shot and killed. I watched all of that day.
I
So
wouldn't. I'm
yeah,
and I haven't
I've seen
seen
all of that.
I haven't seen half that crap after the fact because I have no desire of watching someone get killed. I have no desire. I've
It's
seen
not.
some of that. I've seen some of that what they called riot stuff. I've seen some of that stuff that they showed and they were like, this is an insurrection and this is a riot. And that looked to me at the time like nothing that they were showing the exact same time that was happening across the fucking country. Nothing like
for
it.
sure. If you've seen stuff in the past year or two, you've seen clips of the worst moments of the worst things they could have
You
to
haven't seen this,
sensationalize this event.
but you haven't seen this.
Look,
This was kept from you.
This is 40 to 60-year-old white-haired people. Some of them have walkers or whatever. They're literally just wrapped in flags. Look at this flag. Look at this flag right here. Can you see this flag right here? This is like a Hispanic dude that has like Mexican heritage that's wearing a Mexican flag also. Okay? These are people that are patriotic.
Let's get to the good juicy part. I don't care about all this crap and Trump. I don't give a shit about this. I want to get to the juicy part.
And they started walking to the Capitol, and then let's see. There's the Capitol building.
This is not the juicy part. This has nothing to do with it.
All right. Well, you didn't give me a time code.
I know. I've got the
clip. You just sent me a tweet.
If you want me to.
Oh, okay, look at all the violence. The violence is happening.
Okay. Now, I agree. That was. All right.
Yeah, there's definitely bad guys. And there's the Q Shaman doing the mystical howl to start things off.
Let's track his movements now. Okay. Let's watch him because he's the ringleader. He got 4 years in prison. Okay.
Yeah.
4 years in prison. I don't give a shit what all these liberal fucks say. All right. There he is. Supposedly
now here you can see he's got a sidekick, and they are now storming the halls of the Capitol.
Okay. Just wait. Just watch. Watch. You could probably have to. I mean, if you want to turn up the audio and let Tucker talk about what is going on, can you do that? Look. Oh, whoa! Stop. Whoa!
Got into the Capitol building.
1, 2, 3. There were 4 officers right there. Oh, okay. Okay. There is an officer escorting him down the hallway.
This must be a hot pursuit. This must be a hot pursuit.
This is a hot pursuit by these officers. They are in pursuit. They've
almost got him.
Terrible guy.
Okay, they're leading him
to a door, and it's locked. The cop tried to open the locked door and was like, "Oh, we can't go this way. Let's go back this way." Oh,
but look, they're going to ambush him. They've got him. They've got him cornered.
8, 9, 10,
got him.
11 police officers.
And he walks right through. This obviously has to be mystical powers because there's no way that the Capitol Police.
He has brainwashed the police to where he can just walk right through them, and they don't even know that he is the riot ringleader. Now
this is a far-fetched theory, Deacon, but it could. I believe that he's using mystical powers, but if you're skeptical of mystical powers, you could suggest perhaps that rather than being there leading an insurrection, he was there wandering and being led around like he's on a tour.
Maybe you think so. And here, I'm not Mr. E. I like you, dude, but you are giving the response that every goddamn liberal gives, and this is the fucking problem. I'm not going to talk about this. Fuck those guys. I'm not listening to you. I'm not watching this. I don't care. La 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 la. Right. That's the same goddamn shit that I get. I like him, but that's a bullshit answer, and I'm call out your bullshit answer because I'm a fuck
no. Because look,
I'm an asshole too.
I don't. Okay, I think let's tone it down just a little because I know you're upset about this. Because look, the reality is it's been over 2 years, 3 years.
What I'm upset about, JJ, is the fact that every fucking thing that I've said in the past 3-4 fucking years has ended up coming goddamn true this year. All right, everything that we fucking said that I was downed for has ended up fucking coming true this year, and I'm just supposed to give the goddamn liberals a pass for fucking making my life hell for 4 fucking years?
I mean, look, Were people on the Capitol grounds where they weren't supposed to be?
Absolutely.
After,
They
yes,
should be
yes,
charged for that. And what if they broke shit? Absolutely. And they should suffer
for
every
sure.
fucking consequence. But you were being fucking lied to, and you're being showed a fucking marionette show, and you're eating it up like an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Is all
You're
I'm
definitely
saying.
being lied to.
Smarter than me.
And it's not like, oh, it's a cabal. No. It's not a cabal that's lying to you. Mainstream media, they have no interest in showing you things that, like, oh, there was a bunch of people there for a legitimate reason, and there were some people that were there that got a little out of hand, and things got squirrely. But most of the people that were there protesting legally. Now, you may think that you might, and Mr. E, I don't blame Mr. E or anybody like him, because listen, you can be watching news all day long. You're only going to have the information that they give you. And it's reasonable to doubt anything outside of that. I mean, it's totally reasonable. But the reality is that mainstream media ran the violent clips exclusively, and they tried to tell you it was an insurrection. There was no insurrection, dude. People don't show up to the Capitol building with flags and no guns and try to take over our country. That's not what happened. There was a handful of people that got incited into radical activity because they're upset. Now, those people were gaslit into thinking that, the President Trump could have won the vote on the floor or whatever. Those people were lied to. But I mean, basically, everybody's been lied to. Everybody's been lied to for years. This is just, it's. I mean, I'm glad it's coming out, but you're gonna have everybody on the left discounting this because, oh, it's Tucker Carlson that's saying it. Oh, it's Tucker Carlson. Can't trust
They'll
him.
find something, any fucking thing, anything that they can find, they will grab onto it and suck the fucking vampire life out of it, man. That's whatever. And I'm not just saying liberals. That's what conservatives and Republicans. That's what everybody does. You find the little bittiest thing, and then you absolutely forget the whole meaning of the whole point because you're focused on. You misspelled Jon Stewart's fucking name. You're missing the point of the whole thing because you spelled John instead of Jon. That's a personal thing that happened to me. I was trying to make about Jon Stewart, and I got my ass chewed because I accidentally spelled his name John because that's how I spell my fucking name. Can I change the subject?
All right. You can. We already lost Mr. E. He may have unsubscribed.
I don't care. I don't care at this point because I like Mr. E too. But if you're going to act like that, I ain't got no fucking point in you. Because isn't this supposed to be where we're supposed to be able to have conversations, and don't we talk about that? And
Lily, you need to go back to bed.
And all the time that I lose my cool and I get crazy and I start blabbering and slobbering at the mouth sometimes. That's just what happens. That's how I am.
Yeah.
If you don't like me, you don't have to watch me.
I just don't want you to have a coronary. Am I going to be responsible if you have a?
Half the time that half of this stuff is I kind of put it on a little bit. I'm kind of putting it on a little bit. All right, I'm changing the subject here. Let's go. Let's talk about. I started laughing halfway through that because I thought, oh, I hope JJ's wife's coworkers ain't watching to this morning.
Hopefully it got scared off yesterday when it was tame.
Watch this.
Nikki Haley, one of the Republican candidates, is calling for mental competency tests for those politicians over the age of 75. What do you think about that?
Ridiculous.
Did you see her roll her eyes?
Ridiculous.
Look. Look at her face.
Ridiculous.
Oh, damn, I'm not going back far enough.
What do you think about that?
Ridiculous.
She looked off and to the right.
Yeah. Do you know that?
Would your husband ever take one of those?
I mean, we haven't even discussed. We would never even discuss something.
She looked down and to the right then.
Nikki Haley.
We would never even discuss something like that. No
shit.
So
let her play.
You're not a fucking doctor.
All right. So most people are right-handed, Deacon. You know that most people are right-handed. So let me tell you something that you can get from people, and maybe maybe you don't. Maybe people listening will learn. So when you are, most people are visual and most people are right-handed. So for instance, Deacon, imagine you're opening your refrigerator door. Open your refrigerator door. Okay. All right. So
No,
Deacon,
actually my refrigerator door opens like this now because it's a new one. It's for a
you
year.
have a new one. Okay.
Yeah.
So right
different.
before he did that, he actually physically reached and grabbed it, right? And Deacon's eyes moved to the left. And now, Deacon, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
You're right-handed. All right. So most people will, and I forget which one it is, but most people will access one side when they're telling the truth and retrieving factual information, and they will access the other side when they are making shit up.
Right side is normally the right side. A glance to the right side is normally signals that you're being deceitful. When somebody's
right.
that normally, it's not a science. All right, or it's not a
science. No. It happens to be that most people are like this, right?
Yeah.
Most people, when you ask them open your refrigerator door, they will think about it for a second and then they will reach out and grab nothing, because that's how you know how to open the refrigerator door. And if you ask people, and like questions that they have to go and think about, like, oh, what'd you have for lunch yesterday? And be like, I guess it was like a sandwich or something. You will see many people like look up to the left or access the left side to get true information. But when you tell them something, when you ask them a question,
ask them true questions, and then ask them something that that they're going to lie about, and then see which way they.
Yeah. So that's fun.
I got to talk.
Okay. Whenever we watch interviews and stuff, that's a fun thing to do, to see, like, are they being truthful? Are they lying? Now some people are not as demonstrative, so they don't like look like this. They may be like just very mild, or there's a small portion of people that are able to look like just dead straight in the eyes and access those filing cabinets of information. Oh, Mr. E's driving to work. Mr. E, it's a bunch of love, bro. I think we're gonna slowly get past all of this together. We're gonna put all this behind us, and if there's traitors, the real traitors are probably Adam Schiff, because Adam Schiff lied to you for 3, 4, 5 years. And what's her name? Liz Cheney. She lied to you for years. All right. All right. I'm going to move on to a story that I think is interesting. Did you guys know that over the weekend, a bunch of racists attacked cops in Atlanta? And I'm going to call them racists because there were 35 people arrested in a fiery Atlanta police training site riot. Now, these people had been taking over the woods outside this training site, and they were trying to like stop cops from building a training facility. And I don't know what else, but these people came in from around the country to Atlanta. Okay, so it wasn't like, oh, these are Atlanta people fighting back. No. These are activists that came from the country to Atlanta to hide in the woods, and then they took pot shots at the cops, and the cops returned fire and killed one. And then over the weekend, they tried to firebomb and blow up. I don't know what the hell they think they thought they were trying to do. Maybe they were just trying to intimidate. I'm not sure.
I don't understand the. Okay, that's a good question. I don't understand what they thought the end result out of this was going to be. All right,
Right.
This to me looks like this is a bunch of hot-headed idiots that don't have the common sense that God gave a garden slug. They just go out and hate something and throw firecrackers at it. And what the hell do you think you're going to do when you shoot?
I don't want to speculate too much.
Training facility.
I don't want to speculate too much about the motivations of radical people. I'm only going to take what I can see. Like, for instance, I wouldn't be like, oh, they're a bunch of meth heads and they're just being led around. I don't know. I don't want to guess. I am going to just go based on the information that I have, the things I can see, and the things that I can look up. And this is what I know. 35 people were arrested connected to this firebombing of the Cop City training facility in Atlanta. Okay, 35 people. Now, these people are from Antifa associated. Now, Antifa, Joe Biden tells us that Antifa isn't an organization, it's an idea. But this idea seems to be rather organized, and it got people from all over the country to move into the woods of Atlanta to attack cops.
all over the country, all over the world.
Oh, I don't know. There's 35. I didn't check all of them. I just know
one of the guys is from. Oh hell! I thought it was right here. Go ahead.
I got
from another country. I thought
maybe I wouldn't put it past them. I had a screenshot of the mug shots of 23. Here it is, right here. This is from via DC Drano. Now let's notice a thing or two about the folks on here. We have Amin Chowie and Ayla. Fuck these people. Colin, Dimitri, whatever. It looks like, from what I see, Deke, and I may be wrong here, it looks like white, black guy, a white, obviously crazy person with red hair and the insane person eyes. This dude looks maybe Asian. We got white, maybe a Native American.
Native American, yeah.
Yeah, white. So white, overwhelmingly,
they all, some of them don't look white. Some of them do look like they have. But
you know what? A lot of white people right there. A lot of white people. And that's only 23. Let me tell you
something else that I noticed, and I'm just this asshole. And I just noticed this. Look truly at that picture up close. That's too far away. You can't make out any of their faces. And if you I was looking at the pictures and I was thinking, okay, possible trans, Jack April Beeman, possible trans. There's like true. 5 of them in there that look like they could be a trans person.
Typically with these mugshots, you see people that are like, oh, that's a person that's a drug addict. That's a drug addict. This is a person with mental health issues. You cannot look at Kaylee Meisner and not say, she probably got a swipe left, dude.
When you're getting that picture made, it's not a glamour shot, okay? No. you're not on your best day, and you didn't just have your makeup done.
And they're smiling. Look at this. Look at Amin up here. He's just so pleased with himself. Yeah. Dimitri,
he's a guy that's never had his ass kicked before. Amin's a guy that's never had his ass whooped before.
Now, here's some things about Atlanta. Let's see. Atlanta. Now, Deke, you may know, maybe you don't. I don't know, because it's not true in your area, in your town, I don't think. But roughly about 12 to 13% of the American population is black. Okay, about 12 to 13%. But the demographics of Atlanta, 48.2% of the people that live in Atlanta are black. 48%. That's like 4 times the national average. There's basically a very large population of black people that live in Atlanta, and
more than white people, isn't there? There's more black people live in Atlanta than white people.
Yeah. There's more black people than white people. So white people only make up 41% of the people that live in
That was always told to me. I've been to Atlanta several times. That's what was always told to me is you be careful in Atlanta. I was always told to be careful in Atlanta.
So Atlanta, we can say it's not a totally black city, but it's more black than white. But Atlanta has got a large black population. And now, according to this is the I think this was from 2013 to 2016 data. I followed the citation. It says 2013 on this Wikipedia thing, but I followed the document. It was like 2016. The breakdown of the rank and file of Atlanta Police Department was 58% black. 58% black. So here's the story. White Antifa attacked Black Atlanta's police department that is also overwhelmingly black. So a bunch of white racists attack black people and they're domestic terrorists.
I think you're really trying to come up with a headline here, JJ. You're trying to come up with that Wall
That's
Street
why this was
Journal
not the title of the show.
That's what I was making fun of Wall Street Journal last night to Ashley, and I was like, it says here that Wall Street Journal's headline says that China's President Xi has verbally, I forgot how they said it. accuses United States in a rare display or something. And I tried to read it. And of course, it's behind a paywall. When you go and you finally read what happened, and Z or however you say his name, yesterday made a speech, and Z, and he was like, "Oh, we need to stay away from Western values and blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, that's what China's been saying for 4,000 years. So how is that attacking the U.S.? So yeah, they were just trying.
Mr. E, regarding our earlier stuff, I'm not getting beat up over this. We can disagree, and that's fine. I'm with you. We can disagree. We can disagree,
but
we just don't agree on the facts. Okay, nah, stop.
We don't agree on the facts.
Stop.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm sorry.
Based on,
I'm not right all the time. I'm wrong.
I think that there's. I think that there's disagreement happening in the chat too, so it's okay. Mr. E's a big man. He can hold his own over there.
He can handle it. Beat my ass if I don't close my mouth, but I've taken an ass whooping before. It won't be the first. It might not be the last.
All right, let's talk about something else. I don't know anything about Matt Hancock. I don't know who the F he is, and I don't know why he's making jokes about Bill Gates. You put this story in there, so you're gonna have to run this one.
I don't know who Matt Hancock was either, but I just I just put this in there because I thought it was funny. I probably put this in the wrong.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna just read the story, the headline here. Matt,
let me pull it up so I can. You can read it. I'll pull it up so I can get rid of the little.
Matt, there's all these ads. DailyMail.com. You guys got too many ads.
Where's my settings?
Here, let's make it bigger. Matt Hancock joked that Bill Gates, quote, owes me one because of, quote, how many people I'm getting his chips injected into during the pandemic. Leaked WhatsApp messages have revealed. The then health secretary, he's a government official, referred to the unfounded claims that Gates had developed a COVID-19 in a lab and used the vaccine to implant microchip tracking devices into billions of people. Obviously, it wasn't Bill Gates that developed it. It was Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci developed that crap in a lab. Hancock at the time was hoping to get Microsoft billionaire to help promote the country's expertise in identifying coronavirus variants around the world. Okay, so a not very funny guy made some not very funny private messages.
It was just it's who he was, and yeah, like I said, I think I posted that in the wrong spot. I didn't necessarily mean for that to be on the show.
Okay.
But that's for folks that don't know. If you want to join our server, if you want to join our server, we post stuff in there all the time, and other people post stuff in there all the time.
Oh my gosh, you guys put memes in there like all day long. I get a little message because on that server, I'm like, if anybody says anything, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna dive in, and I get bing, and I'm like, oh, FUNSLINGERS. Let me go over there. Oh, another meme, another meme, another meme. Oh, great. You guys are memeing all the time. All right.
Have you got one? I found another story this morning that's kind of a warning.
I got a not political.
Yeah, these are not political.
What you got?
Hang on. You go ahead with yours. I got a train coming. I just heard it.
Well, okay. This is something that like I feel bad about a little bit. Like, and I have complicated feelings. I think about this fellow, because when I was a kid, he was kind of like a hero, and then later in life, I was a little bit like he's a little bit of a disappointing person, and now he's walking a very difficult path. So. Bruce Willis's wife posts a video telling media to stay away from her husband following a public incident. And the public incident is, I don't know if they'll talk about it here. No, but you may not know this because I didn't know this until a few days ago. Bruce Willis has got early onset dementia, frontotemporal dementia.
Yeah, and that's why.
So the reason why you haven't seen any Bruce Willis movies in a couple of years is because he's
starting to lose his mind
anymore.
Yeah, and and what she's trying to say is, I've read this article. I read a couple of these because I really like. I'm the same way with you. I liked Bruce Willis, and I didn't, and I just kind of feel sorry for him and whatnot. He's anyway. What is happening is these people. I can't imagine, but they're constantly hounded by people taking
Oh yeah.
photographs and stuff, and hey, Bruce, yeah, can you imagine him going anywhere?
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, Bruce, say yippee-ki-yay, yippee-ki-yay, Bruce, say rip. That would
Right.
drive me crazy.
Right.
So what she's saying is Bruce recently made a very rare public appearance to go have some a meal with some friends at this place,
Oh really?
and the paparazzi was hounding the shit out of him, and he's not in his right mind anymore. He's kind of like a little old man
Right.
that don't, and so that he doesn't. And she's like, "Can you please have some fucking human decency and leave us alone?" You know, that's it. It's just human decency.
Yeah, I mean, there's no for what he's developed, there's no cure. There's no way back. He's not going to get younger. He's not going to get more control of his mind. It's only going to deteriorate.
Leave the man
So,
alone and
yeah,
celebrate all the
yeah,
good things and the entertainment that he gave us, and leave him alone. I, as a Bruce Willis fan, don't want to know anything else about Bruce Willis. I don't want any more pictures. I want him to be left alone. And if we, as those people, quit oogling and ogling and buying this shit up, they'll quit taking pictures of him. If we quit clicking on Bruce Willis crap,
yeah,
they will quit taking pictures of him. It's not that we don't like him. We're ignoring him because we like him. We want him to live out the rest
yeah.
of his life as a normal person with, you know, going through a terrible struggle.
I mean, I'm like maybe in his like midlife or whatever made some choices that I don't remember what the details were. I only remember thinking like, I don't really like that. I don't really like that. I liked Bruce Willis in movies, but I didn't really like, what he was doing here or there.
Most of the
And
I don't like.
yeah, and I mean, the condition like this is just the I can't even imagine this. I had my grandmother's mother. I visited her when I was a child and when she was alive. So it was in the early 90s or the late 80s or whatever. And she was in some sort of a nursing home or a care facility or whatever. And she didn't even know who her daughter was. And the idea to me that you could be at a point in your life where your mind doesn't work is one of the scariest
Never been around
things.
anyone with Alzheimer's?
Not other than really what I'm talking about, which is I've had,
my coworker, she was my second cousin, but she was my coworker, my boss's mom. And I've known her my whole life. And she was this super nice. She was like an older woman to me when I was a kid. But, when I grew up, I was like, oh, well, that's your dad's first cousin. She's part of the family. They're close kin. So she developed Alzheimer's. And while I was working here, and I watched my coworker, who's my cousin, have to take care of her mother. And I watched her mother deteriorate to the point to where she couldn't do anything. She didn't recognize Sherry at all. I mean, she didn't know who she was. She would cuss her sometimes. Who are you, stupid bitch?
They get real frustrated. They can't keep memories together or whatever.
Sometimes she would know. There was one time that I don't remember. I'll have to ask Sherry now, but there was one time that they were listening to our radio station and a song was playing, and her mother, it completely changed her mother's mind. Like her mother was her mother again for a moment. Because
she got lucid.
She became lucid. And because of that music, we thought that it was because of the music. The music hit something inside her that it hit. But what I was getting at was caretakers of those people with dementia and Alzheimer's that are losing their minds. Those people need more support than anybody out there. I watched my coworker, her mental health, her physical health completely deteriorate because she was taking care of her mom all the time. You know, it's a terrible. It's something that this country really needs to pay more attention to. Is our elderly people and our people that are going through dementia and losing our minds, and the people that take care of them, because the people that take care of them need support as well.
I mean, it seems like over the course of the 20th century, we've done a whole lot to make caregiving as a
major,
not just an occupation, but as a part of life. We seems like we've done everything we can to just destroy that, to destroy caregiving. You better get a job. You have to help pay rent. You know, we would have two incomes, or we're not gonna have a house to live in. So
let me talk here real
things
quick
are more difficult
on the air, and I'll got another story.
Yeah. Okay. Let me close down Bruce. Bruce. Die Hard was a cool movie. DC Drano. Get rid of the white racist. Antifa people. Oh, Antifa guys were called domestic terrorists, but that's not really a surprise. Oh. Hey, let's talk about this for a second. Okay. Here we go.
All right.
We'll do this one for a minute.
All right.
A couple of weeks ago, we talked about Idris Elba saying some cool ass shit. And then I think we had a Morgan Freeman clip. Idris Elba blasts stupid woke backlash over his black actor remarks. Racism is only as powerful as you allow it to be. All right. Don't listen to me. Listen to Idris. International star Idris Elba is taking aim at those slamming him for saying he doesn't want to be known as a black actor, calling the backlash stupid and insisting he's not denying his blackness. The black actor who starred in some movies that you've seen, like Thor and Star Trek and Pacific Rim. Did you watch Pacific Rim?
No.
You into giant robots?
No.
It wasn't that great. I stopped describing myself as a black actor when I realized they put me in a box. Well, that's smart. That's smart. Idris did not deny that racism is very real, but he said he also feels like people can become obsessed with racism to their own detriment. As humans, we are obsessed with race, and that obsession can really hinder people's aspirations, hinder people's growth. Racism should be a topic for discussion. Sure, racism is very real, but from my perspective, it's only as powerful as you allow it to be. We've got to grow. We got to go. We've got to. Our skin is more than that. It's just skin. So apparently when you say something like sane and rational and mild like that, the left comes after you. I don't want to be first black. I want to be first Idris. He said that. I like that. And I like Idris. I've seen him. I think I've seen him in some stuff where he was like riding a motorcycle. He's a pretty cool dude. And
I like him. I think he's a good actor because I hated him I hated his character in The Office. I hate those episodes with his character. And then
was he in The Office?
Yeah, he was
the U.S. Office.
Yeah, he was a manager that comes in over Michael Scott for a while. But he, of course, he was in The Dark Tower, and he's been in other stuff in the MCU stuff. And I think he's a fine actor. But he is exactly right. He's exactly right. The only time that you should ever have to say, let me rephrase that. When we get to the point that we can say, look at that man over there, instead of look at that black man over there, there's no need for that adjective. The only reason you need that descriptive adjective is if I am saying the suspect was a male 6 foot tall. The suspect was a white male 6 foot tall. The suspect was a Hispanic male 6 foot tall. That is when you need a descriptive adjective.
When you don't know their name.
Yeah.
when you can't say like,
look at that guy over there. Which guy?
This one guy.
The black guy. That's the easiest descriptor that you can come up with. I'm not being racist. I'm being the easiest descriptor. So
Idris was backed up by John Boyega. You remember John Boyega from the Star Wars movies?
And I thought he got a shit hand dealt to him too with the Star Wars stuff. I thought he was a good guy.
Because basically they made, what was that first one they made? The Force Awakens or whatever. And it was like, oh, okay, this is like Star Wars: A New Hope. This can
I was kind of looking forward.
This could be a good setup.
This black,
and then they were like,
former stormtrooper. I was like, yeah, this has potential. And then it's like, What the fuck? You for real?
You guys made all the weirdest wrong choices.
He was a great
Here, go
starting
be in love
character.
with this.
A great starting
mechanic
character,
girl.
and you didn't do
Yeah,
nothing with
right.
him.
Didn't do anything. Okay, so
Anything
Idris said, me saying I don't call myself black, a black actor is my prerogative. That's me, not you. So for you to turn around and say to me, I'm denying my blackness, on what grounds? Did you hear that? Where am I denying it? And what for? It's just stupid. Whatever. Okay, then John Boyega says on Twitter, I guess, I think we should fixate on who is typecasting and putting actors in boxes because of this, not on making weird adjustments for them. We continuously focus on what we have to do so that they don't do this or that. It's very worrying. We black, and that's that. Okay, I guess that's a voice of support. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe people will listen to Idris and John Boyega. I like John Boyega. I thought his character had potential, and then he just got jerked around.
No,
his
character had a great starting point, but yeah, they had it great.
He could have been. I mean, like, he's a stormtrooper that rebelled. That's a pretty cool story.
Right there,
and then why didn't they make him like force sensitive? Why did it have to be only Rey?
I know.
Why didn't you just make it like, oh, he didn't realize, and then he learned, and then he's like, oh, whoa. They could have found. They
always knew that, because the Force works different in all of them. They all don't have all the powers. If you'll notice, Obi-Wan's main power. What's Obi-Wan's main Force power? He's able to
sounding awesome.
He's able to influence your mind more. That was his main Force power. He was able to influence your mind more. And so, yeah, he could have had, I always had this ability to do this, and they just didn't pick up on him at the time because there was no more Jedi. The Jedi didn't go out looking for Force-sensitive babies all the time. I guess the Sith did there for a while in one of those stories. But, all right, let's get to this last story is a dad story. It is it's a warning story. I just read this morning. A Florida doctor issues a viral barbecue grill brush warning after this visit to the emergency room. So basically what happened is this doctor in St. Petersburg, Florida, said she sees a lot of unusual things, but this one was more unique, and it's not the only time she's seen this. This 4-year-old boy had been eating food at this barbecue, and he was brought to the emergency room because of complaining of ear pain. Totally normal ear exam. Everything was fine. They gave him a full exam. They said, give the child ibuprofen, bring him to an ENT specialist. So 2 days later, he came back to the emergency department and they did a CAT scan. They didn't see anything, looked normal, told him, hey, follow this up with a pediatrician and go and see an ear, nose, and throat specialist, an ENT, in a couple of days. Several days later, the boy came back at 4:30 a.m. while this same doctor was on call, the first initial doctor. And now she's like, they're saying he's having some fevers. He's not wanting to eat or drink. We have no idea what's going on with him. So they did an ear exam. The ear exam was normal. He was still complaining of ear pain. So they went all out and did a CAT scan of the neck, the ears. They did labs and fluid, did all this crap. What had happened was a bristle from one of the grill brushes had gotten into the hamburger, and he had eaten it, and the bristle had lodged in his neck, got lodged in his soft tissues, and was already forming an abscess around it.
Oh, and
it was causing. And that woman said this is not the first time that she has seen someone come into the emergency room with a bristle of, with that bristle of the. So this is just, it was kind of I read that this morning. I was like, yikers, man. I've just
look, I grill sometimes, but I don't do stuff like these people do it. Okay. And I'm not saying I do it better. I'm just saying, like, I guess I'm too lazy or whatever. Go to the grill, light up the charcoal, right? Get it nice and hot, put the grill things on. And then I put aluminum foil on top. I poke some holes in it, and I put the shit on top of aluminum foil.
I do the aluminum foil. I do that too. I do the same thing. Ashley don't do that. She's like, oh, that's dumb. I'm like, no, it's not. But
no, I don't want to be cooking on some.
I prefer a charcoal grill as well. I don't like a gas grill. I don't want a gas grill. I just don't want one. I prefer the charcoal taste.
Yeah, I've had
So,
both. I like the like gas grills. I mean, like where I live, there's humidity and stuff. I once had a gas grill like basically rust because like all the heat and then the humidity and then rust. So after a couple of years of that, I was like, I'm gonna just do charcoal, and
yeah,
I
y'all
like the
get
charcoal better.
humidity there pretty bad. We do. It's like a
I'm
freaking
like
jungle
I'm
here
like
sometimes.
60 miles from the ocean. So yeah, we got
When
we got
people that are not from our area move here, Ashley's a realtor, and people that are not from this area, they move here. They always inquire about. They're like, "Huh, there's all kinds of stuff underneath the down here and underneath the house, and there's a little bit of mold and blah blah blah." And we always have to tell people is like, "Look, where you live, there's going to be a little bit of mold. A brand new house is going to have a little bit of mold. That's just where we live. It's not black
now.
mold. It's not
It's not
bad
the
mold.
yeah.
No, it's not
So get
bad
some
mold.
bleach,
Yeah, it's
bleach it,
just some mold. You're going to have it because
bleach it.
it grows in our climate.
Yeah, bleach it. All right.
All right, that's all I've
I don't
got.
want
I
to talk
mean,
about Dr. Fauci. Here, let me
I
give you
figured you
guys
didn't
the
want to talk about Dr. Fauci.
let me give you the lowdown on this. Dr. Fauci,
Yeah.
who was the boss of the NIH for decades, had investments in bioresearch, including what is it? Eco Health Alliance, and they made COVID-19. Dr. Fauci's very directly tied to the origins of COVID-19 that spilled out of that lab and maybe killed a lot of people. I don't know.
And that was
He
the big
doesn't
news
want to.
article.
He doesn't want you to connect those dots. So he spent years on TV saying it was a pangolin, people eating pangolin. It was people eating bats. It was pangolins eating bats or whatever. He spent years lying to you, telling you to wear a mask, wear 2 masks, wear 3 masks, wear like 5 masks, put masks on your whole face. Because he doesn't want anyone in the world to know or to believe that he's responsible for this stupid COVID-19. So that's all there is to say about that. He apparently prompted he suggested that the origins of COVID-19 ought to be, we should not rule out, but we should maybe consider all the other places it could be other than this Wuhan lab. So he basically encouraged people
I
to
think it
not
was
believe
Russian hackers.
common sense.
If you want to ask, it's my personal opinion, I think Russian hackers released it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a
Well, they put
remember the Russian
COVID-19 on
hackers?
Hunter's laptop. They put
What
it on his
happened to
laptop.
Russian hackers? What happened to all them? They used to fuck up everything.
Russia.
And now Russian hackers don't do anything to us anymore.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what
Well,
the
they're
Russian
all
excuse
they're
was.
all busy
What did they say
invading
Russian hackers
Ukraine.
done? What would they say? Like,
I don't know.
help Trump beat Hillary or what? I don't remember
Listen,
what the Russian hackers.
It's not right. It's only March. It's not Russian hacker season. Russian hacker season somewhere between like August and
October. August and
October.
September. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Hey, they don't get on their computers until then.
Before you tell your dad joke today, I'm going to remind folks that you see that, folks. I'm going to remind folks that you can join our Discord server, FUNSLINGERS, and click on that, and we have a lot of fun in there. And you can send in your dad jokes to us because Jeremy loves our one of our greatest and oldest watchers. He's one of my personal biggest fans. He loves dad jokes and he wants to hear all of them. I think he does. Doesn't he write them all down in a book?
I think so.
He keep track of them?
If you guys want to come to the Discord server and directly send him jokes,
tag
at
him?
at Jeremy, and then just send some dad jokes. He loves that stuff.
Okay, so I just want to let you know before you tell your joke, JJ, I quit drinking wine yesterday for good. I only drink wine for evil now.
Oh, nice.
Sorry.
My wife had to sign into her account because we're gonna go camping next week, and she kind of messed up the reservation or whatever, and she had to sign into her account, needed a password to sign into the parks account. So I told her you need a password at least 8 characters long. So she picked Snow White and the 7 Dwarves.
That's right. That's 8.
I want to do a special one more time shout out. You guys should just call each other. Thank you at 729-4SMK. You are the best. That's our favorite comment. And now our favorite comment is part of our outro. Check it out, Deacon.